You created YouTube, the largest video sharing platform of the world. You sold it to $1 billion to Google. Millions of creators live and breathe the platform. Nobody knows the founders of YouTube. Who are they? Let's find out. So hey folks, this is Nishant. Here we talk about businesses, products, content creation, and a bunch of other things. So if you're interested in any of these, and if at any point in the video you feel like subscribing, just don't stop yourself and hit that red button. Subscribe. With those formalities aside, let's get back straight to the video. In this age where founders are glorified and looked up to by millions of people, there is one particular product, the most used app probably for most of the people, but nobody knows who the founders really are. The product I'm talking about today is YouTube. How is this possible and why does not anybody know the founders of YouTube? Let's dive deeper. Firstly, let's discuss who the founders are. Number 1. Javed Karim. The first video on YouTube was posted by Javed Karim. It was called Me at the Zoo. Oldest video on YouTube, you'll get this video. This is the first video on YouTube. After YouTube was sold, Javed received a total of 137,000 shares, which holds a value of $140 million. Javed wasn't much involved in YouTube's functioning and management. He was doing his studies, which is why he got a less equity share than the other two founders. And by the way, he's also an early investor in Airbnb, the popular hospitality brand. He's not much active on social media though and likes to live low profile. Number 2. Chad Hurley. He was the one who walked away with a majority chunk of shares by the Google's acquisition of YouTube at $1 billion. He was responsible for growing the platform and scaling it to its first 100,000 users, that is 1 lakh users. He built the infrastructure to share videos with other people and bringing them onto the platform. He was the first CEO of YouTube and he served as the CEO for 5 years. Chad Hurley received almost 695,000 shares of YouTube and it was amounted up to $345 million. He is now the co-owner of Golden State Warriors, one of the most loved basketball teams in NBA. He also loves to live low profile and doesn't really show up on social media. Number 3. Steve Shete. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but anyways. He was a former businessman and one of the founders of YouTube. Chen was also a former Facebook employee, so he got the tech background over there. After leaving Facebook, he went on to start YouTube. Steve Chen almost received 630,000 shares, which amounted up to $325 million. After selling YouTube to Google and walking away with millions of dollars, the two founders with the higher equities, Steve and Chad, joined hands together again and started a company called Avos Systems. But few years later, Chen left the company and became a partner at Google Ventures, which is where he currently works as an advisor. And by the way, he again tried to enter the startup space. In 2016, Steve Chen started an online site called as Nom, which was targeted towards foodies and it was a cooking platform. However, this business didn't really take off and there wasn't much traction over there, so he left that business in 2017. So these were the 3 founders who started this thing. The thing you're watching me right now was started by them. Unlike founders nowadays, they're on Twitter, on Instagram and stuff like that, they are building communities and whatnot. These people, they created a product, lived through the journey and sold it to Google at $1 billion, which would be a dream exit for any founder, to selling it to Google and that too at a $1 billion valuation. They were well off after the exit and started their own companies helping budding entrepreneurs with small businesses. They started incubators, advisory firms, venture capital firms and whatnot. YouTube is currently worth over $100 billion. So was it a good idea of selling off YouTube at just $1 billion? Absolutely not. In a founder's journey, it is really hard to let go of their baby, their product they spent years on. But at a certain point when it's time, it's better to give it up in better hands to run and manage it. There are a lot of reasons why founders sell their company and exit their position, and probably we can make a separate video about that. If you want that video, comment down below. If I get some good responses, I'd probably make a video about that. And by the way, the biggest secret to the success of these three people was their environment. They all worked at PayPal. Now, why did I say that working at PayPal was the biggest secret to their success? You have to stay here on this channel to find out why. I'm gonna upload a video about PayPal and why more than 70% of highly successful startups were started by the employees of PayPal. The early employees of PayPal are called as PayPal Mafia. And the next video is about the PayPal Mafia. So stay here and turn on the notifications to not miss out on that. That video is gonna be a banger. That video will come out this Saturday, and until then you can check out some other videos on this channel. There's some amazing stuff out here. Check it out. Anyways, hope you liked the video, and if you did, you can share it with your friends and let them know who are the founders of YouTube. You can share it with your friends on your WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, Discord groups, whatever. We are chasing a target of 200 subscribers, and I will appreciate if you bring in more people along the ride. We are building a community of smart, like-minded people on Discord. There's a community link in the description below. You can check it out, and probably that would be the biggest secret of your success in the coming years. You never know. Be a part of a growing community. See you in there. Help me reach a target of 200 subscribers by the end of January. Subscribe and share it with your friends. So that was it for this video, and I'll see you guys on the other side.